Hello YouTube friends, this is Paige, and today it is Thursday, October 29th, and I am almost 12 weeks post-op lap band, so just about my 3 months coming up here in a few days. I don't really have much to share with you this week. I have not lost any weight this week. It's actually been a week and a half or so since I've lost any weight. Last week it was that time of the month. I was on my period, and I didn't gain any weight, but I didn't lose any either. And then this week, I have just been having a really hard time keeping on track. I had my two daughters' birthdays were this week. I've had several celebrations for their birthdays, and I'm finding that I have a really hard time saying no when good food is around. And I don't want to deprive myself for the rest of my life, but I know that coming up this time of year, there's one thing after another. I mean, birthday after birthday after birthday for my family, and Thanksgiving and Christmas and my husband's birthday, and my family, we're big time celebrators. We love to celebrate, and we do it with food, and I love good food, and so I don't want to deprive myself and get into that burnt out place of where I'm just saying no all the time to everything. But I don't want to give myself too much leeway either. And so I'm trying to find the balance with that. And I will learn the balance with that. I was hoping to have lost more weight by now. I've lost 45 pounds, which that's not shabby. That's really good, But when you get into a stall and you're there for a week and a half or 2 weeks, it's really hard to get out of that. And that's what I'm working on right now. I did better yesterday, and I'm trying to get back into that mindset that I kind of got myself out of this last week of making sure that I'm eating right. I'm still exercising. I'm running. I am running for half an hour on the treadmill. And as some of you know, I finished up the Couch to 5K a few weeks ago. So I'm still running for half an hour. I'm only able to do about 1 mile to 1.25 miles in that amount of time. Now, the other day, actually it was night, so it was dark outside, I thought I would go run outside. I have been curious as to whether or not I can run out on the street. And I have never in my life ran on the street outside, ever. I ran around a track when I was a kid, in high school, but never just gone out on the street since I've been an adult, 30 years or whatever. So when it was dark, I thought, it's safe, no one can see me. And I only ran, I haven't measured it off, but I think it's probably between 1/4 mile and 1/2 mile that I ran. And when there was a short hill, I walked up the hill, so I had to walk several times. So the difference between the treadmill and running on the street is an amazing difference. The street is so much harder. It's not even funny. So I am nowhere close to being ready to run a 5K. So I got a lot more work to do on the treadmill before I feel like I can even, go out on the street again. My lungs hurt horribly. My muscles cramped up and hurt. I didn't sweat as much, but that might be because it was really cold out. And I just didn't like how I felt afterwards. And that's probably because it was a harder workout, a better workout, better run. I don't know. But what it showed me was that my half-hour run on the treadmill, that's exercise and it's cardiovascular, and I'm sweating like crazy when I get off of it. It's just so much different. And then I felt like, well, I wasn't sweating really, and I knew I didn't run very far. This was when I ran on the street the other night. So I got out my bike and I went for a bike ride, which, I mean, just because I have a bike in the garage doesn't mean that I've ever ridden it. and I haven't ever. And so I rode down the street and back at a quick pace, and my legs really hurt, my thighs. I thought I was going to have to get off and push the bike back. My legs were so tired. And the next day, my thighs hurt. It's the first pain I've ever had since I have started exercising. And so I've been limping around for the last 2 days. I haven't exercised the last 2 days because my legs just hurt too bad. So today I've been procrastinating all morning. Got to go get on the treadmill. And I'm going to keep going on the treadmill for quite a while because I feel like I'm not going to run outside on the street until I'm in better shape. You know, so that's that. I don't think I have anything else I wanted to share with you. Just trying to get back focused is really hard, especially when I have so many things going on, so many celebrations coming up, and I'm trying to teach myself that just because it's there, I don't need to eat it. You know, I have to just not have the food around me. So I bought birthday cake for my daughters. We had birthday cake for their birthday, and as soon as we were done with the celebration, I gave it away to my neighbors. I got rid of it out of the house because I knew I would have spent the whole next day struggling on that because I love to eat chocolate cake. And I knew if it was in the house, I wouldn't be able to say no to it. And so it was just such a relief to just get it out of the house and know that it wasn't here. Then 2 days later, it was my other daughter's birthday, and I didn't want to do the cake thing again for birthdays, so I bought ice cream, and my whole family came over, and we had 4 different kinds of ice cream, which I ate about 3/4 of a cup of ice cream that night. Maybe a cup, I don't know. And the ice cream is still in the freezer, 4 different kinds. And I told my husband yesterday, I'm going to give it away or dump it down the drain or something because I need to get it out of the house. So what I'm finding is I am successful when I do not put myself around the food. When I do not put myself in a position to where I have the ability to make a poor choice. If we go out to dinner with somebody, it's like I don't have the willpower to stay away from the food that I love, and so I feel like I have to not go out to dinner. And this is just how I'm feeling right now because I'm sitting in this plateau that I've been at for a couple weeks and getting frustrated with myself. If I'm able to get back in the swing of things where I'm losing regularly again, which I'm sure I will, you know, then maybe I will allow myself that freedom again. But for now, what I'm finding is that I need to just distance myself from the stuff that I know I shouldn't eat and continue with the exercise, which I have done. I haven't stopped doing that. So I'm still sitting at 253 and hoping that if I focus, I'm needing to really focus and stop putting myself in positions where I'm going to be tempted. You know, sometimes you just gotta, I feel like right now my mind is weak and I need to just not allow myself to be around the temptation. So that's it. I'm gonna stay away from the temptation until I feel like I have the strength to say no on my own. So guys, that's all. Hope you're all doing well. Love watching your videos. Still watching them every day. And I'm having issues with my camera, so I have all these different recipes that I've been making, like strawberry milkshake that is under 100 calories. It's really, really good. You know, but I'm having issues with getting them loaded. So hopefully I'll figure that out and get some of those on for you to watch. So guys, you take care. Have a great rest of the week and enjoy the fall weather outside. Bye-bye.